go.
Hey everybody, it's Scott Sandler for HypnoThoughts Live. I'm speed dating again with hypnotists. And the idea is simple. Because HypnoThoughts Live is the world's largest hypnosis conference, you guys have been saying to me for a long time, there's so much great stuff. How am I supposed to pick? And speed dating is the answer. So I'm just going to spend a couple minutes talking with my guest about her background, her topic, all those things. And you get a sense of it if you want to learn more and find out if it's right for you. What could be easier? And I'm joined by a person who's been to HypnoThoughts Live before, been a presenter, all these fun things, and people love her stuff. So we said, let's make sure that everybody knows how awesome this stuff is. And it's Linda Thunberg. Linda, how are you?
I'm great, Scott. It's a little snowy and cold in Ohio, so I'm looking forward to coming to Vegas in July, where it's going to be very hot, but that'll be great.
I can imagine you wanting hot right now. It is, there's real weather over there.
Exactly.
So Linda, you're teaching a class that is, I think, a really cool thing for us to be talking about, but why don't you explain it first, and then we'll get into the questions.
Well, I call it childhood chakra regression, and it's a workshop and a certification from the National Association of Transpersonal Hypnotherapists. It will certify you in this hypnosis modality. And I guess first we have to say what it really is, right? I believe that in our childhood, things happen to us, whether that be positive or negative, and create, I call them templates in the mind. So that as we grow and as we become adults, we take these templates out every time something looks like, feels like, smells like, acts like this. I react like this because it's all I know in my subconscious, right?
Sure.
And our clients sometimes come to us, and I find this especially with addiction, that they perhaps have addictions, know that they have the patterns, but don't know how to stop those patterns in their lives because they are deeply embedded in just their beliefs, basically, about themselves, about their lives, about how it, quote, should be, right? So we go in and I do a lot of parts therapy. I do a lot of energetic therapy with the chakras because I believe that, and it was actually channeled to me that when these things happen in our childhood, we actually shatter our energy. And when we shatter our energy, there are parts and pieces of us missing that we try to fill up, right? And we try to fill them up with, take whatever you pick, food, relationships, addictions, drugs, cigarettes, whatever it is, right? And it works temporarily, and then we become stuck again. And our clients will come to us for this modality when they know that there's patterns in their lives. They know that something's just not working for them. And this modality can help put their energy, their pieces and parts back together. It works with forgiveness, work with all the emotions and peeling of the onion to literally help that inner child. And then we blend that back into the current adult self. And now all of a sudden the adult is running the show. So it works great. So that's the modality in a nutshell. It creates wholeness with that inner child and the conflicts of the adult, right? So that's what it does.
So that's what the content is, which is great. Let's talk a little bit about who should show up for this class. So when you're designing this class and you're getting set to teach it at HypnoThoughts Live or anywhere, who do you want the room to be filled with? Like, what type of practitioner? Is there a type of focus that they'll have or an amount of experience that they've had? What should people be watching this, thinking about when they say, is this a fit for me?
Well, I think it works best with people who have done regression work in the past, where they have taken clients back either into their childhood or past lives or wherever they go, right? And to help them look at that. So I think they should have some regression work under their belt. They don't have to be, doing it every day or anything. It also needs to be somebody that has passion to want to help their clients get over the patterns and hurdles in their lives so that they can move forward as a more positive and productive person, right?
Yeah.
So passion and a little bit of experience in regression.
Okay, so let's take that person they've been exposed to regression, done it a little bit, or done it a lot, anywhere in there, and they're going to take this class. Okay, what do they walk away with? What is it that they're going to have that's going to help them say, oh, I'm so glad I took Linda's class, because this is what's different, or this is what I learned, or this was a takeaway? What are you giving them?
Well, some of my past students who have taken the classes said it's a really good must-have for your toolbox of hypnotherapy. I believe that lots of addictions hypnotherapists could use this. I use it in my own addiction protocol to go back in that childhood and just dig a little deeper and clean up some of that childhood work so that they can move forward. The other thing that somebody has said about it is that it provided important information to help them with the chakras techniques to help their clients heal, identifying soul fragments and bringing them back together, literally. And so hypnotherapists have found that it really has expanded their business as far as being offered, able to offer this technology and this technique, actually.
And this is a 2-day post conference, and it's gonna, you're jumping in with them and you're giving them a ton of content and just a ton of value. But I've got a question. Let's back up away from the class for a second, again, to doing the work. And I just, as I'm thinking of who should be in this class or who would love this class, one of the questions I think they're going to be asking is, how heavy is this work? Like when we're talking about childhood work, when we're talking about regression, some people think that can get into some pretty serious stuff, or is it light, or is it heavy? What should they be ready for their client load?
I do call it the messy work, but I also call it the messy work that's the most rewarding work that you'll ever do. When you see that client, literally, I say I want to take pictures of them before and after a 2-hour session, because you can just see the stress relief on them. You can see they actually look younger. And just more peaceful, if that makes any sense. And so I think it is some of the messy work. I mean, you do have to know the proper techniques to handle that and handle especially the emotions that come up with that, right? Because sometimes even in regression, we'll parent ourselves in regression like we've been parented all of our lives. And you have to get around that hurdle that, well, wait, perhaps we can do something new now. How would you act if it were your children? What would you say to that child if it was, your neighbor's child, something like that? And it gets them to get around that parental block sometimes, right?
Yeah, and so to the people who just like doing a little bit of hypnosis here and there, doing some light stuff, doing something interesting at a party, doing some phenomenon, this isn't for you. This is for the people who want to do the messy work that's life-changing. This is, and that's great to know. Like, it's great to know that if you're saying, look, I got into this to change lives, I got into this to help people, and maybe they had, a childhood that they've overcome, or maybe they've just seen so many clients with a need, or maybe they're already in, the addiction community or something like that, and they're looking for tools that can do some heavy lifting for them. This class on childhood chakra regression, that's what we're here for. And if that's the kind of topic that speaks to you, this is exactly what you're looking for, right?
Absolutely. And I will say it opened up a whole nother realm in my hypnosis practice probably 12 years ago. Psychologists, therapists will work with you, and you can work with them with this technique. And it opens up a whole new networking thing where psychologists, if they know about you, literally, I've had psychologists say, hey, I've been working with him for a little while. See what you can do. See what you can help us to perhaps speed that process up, right? Yeah. And it works great, and it opens up that whole other modality of working together with the mainstream. Yeah.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. The framework that you have lends itself to doing that. It's not an adversarial, like, oh, psychotherapy can only get this much success in this many sessions. We'll do bigger, better, faster, stronger. It's not a tug of war. Like, it's not a fight. Like, we're all on the same team of helping people, and your class and your methodologies are really aligned with that, and really making sure we're pointed at just helping these people and helping these clients. And absolutely. And that's, speaking personally, that was my career. When I was seeing clients full time, I had a referral only practice because I knew how to do the networking that you're talking about. because I had those great relationships with the referring professionals. And when you have those, that's like, free marketing. And
Exactly.
if people understand that a referral-based business is a lot of fun, even when you're doing the big, heavy, hard work.
That's absolutely true. And, I'm certified in a lot of other hypnosis modalities, and all that right now, and maybe for the last 5 years, I do 85 to, I would almost say 90% of my work in childhood regression.
Wow.
Because it can stem, it can be the root cause of so many other things we treat with hypnosis, right?
Right.
And it really helps hand in hand with those things too, whether it be weight loss, whether it be whatever is going on with them. Self-esteem, it can be physical, it can be mental, it can be emotional, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so to the people who are watching this, if you say, okay, I want to learn more, this is interesting, we've made this easy. If you go to htlive.net, there's a button that says pre and post conference schedule. Click on that. You'll see Linda's class right there. Childhood chakra regression. You'll see that. You'll click on it. You'll get her bio. You'll get to know more about her. You'll get to see more about the class. And there's a button right there just to register for the course, all in one place. Super simple. The only thing I ask you guys is this. If you know somebody who's interested in this kind of work, or somebody who's thinking about this kind of class, share this video with them. Make sure that everybody knows that these speed dating interviews are happening, so that you guys can all find the best classes for you, so that we're all helping the people that we're passionate about helping, and we're all just building each other up to have an even better career, even better profession, and an even better world because of it. So, Linda, I know you are super busy seeing clients and teaching classes. So I want to say thank you to you for taking time to talk with me about it. And I'll see you, and I'll see all of you guys in Vegas this summer for HypnoThoughts Live 2023. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Scott, and I'll see you in July.
See you then. Bye, everybody.
Bye now.